on behalf of the student community of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Welcome, family, friends, faculty, and staff to Loyola University Chicago's 2010 commencement ceremony from the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations, class of 2010. Look how far we've come. It was only a few short years ago we gathered in this very same place for convocation, walking from our assigned freshman dorms, following the RAs, clinging to any floor mate for a smile. Remember? The nerves, the excitement. Who would have thought an 8x10 dorm room would have such a lure? And who could have guessed, as a 20-something senior, I would still be there. That's right, I still get to enjoy the charm of community bathrooms, the comfortable cinder block motif, and of course, the 3 a.m. fire alarms in my 19-story high-rise that is Burt's Hall. 4 years ago, had you told me this would be my fate, I would have smiled and laughed as I hopped in my car and drove down Highway 101 in sunny Southern California. At this point, I was attending a community college that sat on the bluffs of the Pacific Ocean. As a transfer student here, I have been asked countless times, what made you decide to come to Chicago? How could you ever leave California? After my first exposure to the Arctic tundra that is a Chicago winter season, and by season I'm referring to the 8 months of frigid darkness, I began to ask myself those very same questions. But the truth of the matter is, the moment I walked through this campus, I knew I would call this place home for the next few years. And I knew I would be an alumni of this university forever. We were all attracted to Loyola University Chicago for many different reasons, whether it was the Jesuit education, the well-renowned faculty, the buzz of the big city, or a specialized major. Whichever the route that led us here adds to the diversity and spirit of our student body. Yet the commonality we share is our collective experience spent here together, living, learning, and practicing the Jesuit ideals. We have been taught many important theories throughout our hours logged in the classroom. We have also applied these principles, whether it was only for a moment on an exam or will be used continuously over our future careers and life paths. Our Jesuit education has taught us all so much. I pray to God I will never have to calculate the instantaneous velocity of a pop can dropped from a flight attendant's hand in a 747 jet soaring 20,000 feet above as it rolls down the aisle, gaining speed before its sudden crash against a passenger's luggage. However, thanks to Loyola's education and the prerequisites for my biology degree, I could. Arduously and painstakingly so, with the help of a math major and a freshly brewed pot of coffee, I could. More so than this silly example of applying theoretical knowledge into practice, Loyola has taught us the key principles behind what it means to be men and women for others. Now it is time for us to practice these ideals of social justice, community, and spirituality in our own lives, so that we are able to apply this most important theory we have been taught. We are no longer the bright minds of tomorrow. My classmates, we are the bright minds of today. Here you sit, Friday, May 14th in your cap and gowns, all of your core requirements fulfilled and major classes finished, years spent in adolescent daycare living in our little snow globe that is Loyola. All done. And shortly we will walk across this stage, shake Father Garazini's hand, and receive that diploma you have earned. Then we will gather outside, kiss and hug our loved ones, take some photos with our dear friends, which will probably be posted on Facebook later this evening. Perhaps we will go out for a celebratory meal with our families and soak up this monumental occasion. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I'd like to ask you all a very simple question. What are you going to do? Now, I'm not referring to the oak or cedar frame you're deciphering between to encase your diploma, a symbol of this accomplishment. I am asking, what are you going to do with these Jesuit ideals? The honor of graduating from such a prestigious institution. The blessing of a college education. I will ask you all again, what are you going to do with it? My answer to you is all the same. Whatever you want. Whatever your heart desires. Adhering to the Ignatius spirit, vocation, or one's personal calling in life has been described to me as when an individual's biggest passion is met with the world's deepest hunger. The world is starving. Starving for cures of disease, sustainable energy, political mediation. The world is yearning for good doctors, great mothers, strong moral character, and proactive spirit. Throughout our time spent here, Loyola has taught us the key principles that build this strong moral character. Now it is time for us to embrace these theories in our individual lives so that we are able to apply this. Throughout our time spent here, we have learned key principles that build moral character. Loyola's mantra, to better oneself, to better the community, may have been a very attractive marketing pitch, and I must say, it got me here. But the spirit of our student body has kept this desire lit within me. The time has come, class of 2010, to go forth and set the world on fire. We have this spirit, we have the desire. Now it is up to us to find this match between our passion and the world's hunger. Whether you feel you are being called to medical school, grad school, the long-term volunteer organization, the workforce, or your parents' basement, walk in this spirit. Similar to the various paths that have led us here, so too distinct journeys await us. The time we have spent here living, learning, and practicing the Jesuit ideals unites us and will forever be shared between us. As we embark upon this new chapter of our lives, I challenge you all, family, friends, and graduating seniors alike, to approach each day with the gusto of a freshman. Just as we had entered Gentile years ago, leave this same place with equal excitement in what lies ahead. Loyola University Chicago has taught us the principles that build strong moral character and has inspired the compassion ingrained in this proactive spirit. The time has come, bright minds and kind hearts of today, to apply this most important theory we have learned.